Hello, no one. Um, what is this? It's something I've wanted to do for quite a long time. I've been dragging my feet with it, as I'm prone to do with many things, but this is for no one. It is meant to be a unheard, esoteric little vlog where I just share my personal thoughts and feelings, what's going on in my life, what's going on with me emotionally, my different failures and accomplishments, my achievements, my losses, all that sort of thing. I don't really want it to be seen by anyone, hence the title. But I also do. It's a paradoxical sort of thing. Why not just speak to myself? Well, I do speak to myself all the time. I've spent most of my life alone, and so I always do a lot of self-talk. But why not, write this down in a diary or something and keep it private? I don't know. That's, again, something I've technically kind of always done, but not really by choice, more by just necessity. I would write reams and reams, sheets and sheets of pages upon pages of stories and poems and songs and game design concepts and, essays to myself and all of my thoughts and feelings throughout pretty much all of my life, but especially as a kid, especially, ages 10 to 17 in particular. I wrote down everything, and I have documented timelined evidence of pretty much my entire emotional and thought process, all of my creative outputs as a kid. But I feel there's just something to making something public to me. It feels more honest. It feels more genuine for some reason, even if no one ever sees it. And again, I'm not even sure I want anyone to see it. But just the act of making these kind of personal retellings fully public, it just feels better to me. I don't know. It just feels kind of off and wrong. And part of that might be the millennial, post-millennial self-obsession wrought by, my generation's upbringing and how we've been raised and growing up with the internet and social media, although that came a little late for me, but still, I was a teenager. And, I don't know. There's something about it. It just feels more correct, and even if nothing ever comes of it, I don't expect anything to. I don't want it to, but the best case scenario for doing these kind of videos, and I do intend for this to be multiple videos. We'll see if that actually happens, but want to try and record my thoughts and my feelings for posterity, and that posterity might just be for my own benefit. I can, best case scenario, look upon a timeline of myself as I grow and age, and reminisce in my failings and my successes. I'd love to have make 80 videos in this stupid vlog and have one, I'm getting married, I'm having a kid, and all the things I'd like to happen. Love to see that, and I do believe that eventually will happen, although I'm rather unsatisfied with the pace of it. And, it might serve as an interesting thing for my children, for my future children, who I desperately hope exist and can grow to my age and beyond and lead, happy and successful, fulfilling lives. And to my best efforts as a father, as a future father, and I desire to be a father. Raising my hypothetical future kids is pretty much the most important topic to me, and I've given, years, a decade plus of very intense thought of how I want to raise my children. And most of that is driven in trying to give them life experiences that are mostly antithetical to my own. Every parent, every generation wants to give a better life to their kids than they feel they had. And a lot of that's cyclical, and grass is always greener, when you have very overbearing tiger mom parents, very helicopter parenting that, sets every time block of your life that, you're going to have second language lessons, you're going to have piano lessons, you're going to go to summer camp, you're going to do this class, you're going to have, Bible study, you're going to have summer school or, whatever training stuff. I'm kind of fumbling there because that was not my experience. I grew up a much more kind of laissez-faire life, not really out of, kind of hippy-dippy, super liberal parents. That's where that usually comes from, that just say, oh, no rules, no bedtime, eat whatever you want, honey, and kind of letting the kids run their lives and let the kids control their childhoods. Neither is correct. Of course, the best is always the happy medium, something in the middle. But, since I was raised with basically no structure, I fully controlled what I did at all times, to the extent that I didn't have a lot of options. So, most of my childhood was sitting alone in a room, scribbling on paper. I want to give a lot more structure to my kids, because that's what I wish I had. But, I'm mindful and thoughtful not to overdo it, because that's what usually happens. It's a pendulum in these kind of things, where it's like, oh, I had super overbearing parents, so I want my kids to be super free. Then that generation of kids resent how free their lives were and wish there was more help and more structure, and so then they're too overbearing and structured to their kids, and just kind of ping-pongs. Try to be mindful of doing a happy medium. But, it's a large tangent, as I always do, and this is a stream of consciousness, completely improvisational little vlog where I'm just talking to myself in a camera. So, that's what it is. But if this video, these vlogs could serve as interesting posterity for myself to review in years or hopefully decades' time, might also be useful for, my future children, because despite my best efforts to ensure my children do not live and feel as I do, or as I have for most of my life, because I'm a very unhappy and lonely person, as I pretty much always have been. I want to really, really work super hard to make sure my kids don't feel that way. But, most of it is situational. I do think the majority was nurture, but there's also a bit of nature. There's some genetics that I am genetically inclined towards depression and these kind of things. And that, it's just compounded by the environmental factors. So, perhaps when my children are 24 and they unfortunately experience similar things to me, might be cute or useful or interesting to look back on their younger, dorky, dopey father and how he was feeling. That's like a bad timeline thing where I don't want my kids to be like feeling how I feel. But, it's also kind of a self-aggrandizing fantasy in its own way, so who's to say? And, I certainly have my same teenage angst like everybody. Everyone carries their middle school angst throughout their entire lives and just masks it with more sophistication. But, everyone's the same. Everyone just feels unseen and unappreciated and unloved and just wants all of those things. That's everybody. And so, perhaps 7 years from now, some kid, some adult will stumble across these stupid videos, and it gives them some kind of comfort, knowing that they were not alone and that someone else was feeling the same way and going through the same things. Perhaps there's an element of that too, but that's also just kind of perhaps a fantasy of mine. No matter. But, yeah. It is 4:41 a.m. on the 31st of May, 2022. It is my birthday. Happy birthday, me. I am 24 years old today. So if I live to be 96, as a quarter of the way through my life, I don't super think I'll live to be 96. I have generally been a very, sedentary and unhealthy kid and person. A lot of it, the majority of my life, all my childhood, I can't really blame myself. It wasn't really in my control. But, it is what it is. If I had been a much more athletic and fit kid, that would definitely fare better for my lifespan and my health span. And, what is it? Loneliness is worse for the human body than, I think it's like 4 packs of cigarettes a day. Some metric like that. Different studies. We're social animals. Humans, we're social hunter-gatherer creatures, and so loneliness is not okay. It's not good for our brains, or for our hearts, or for our arteries, or any part of our body. And I've been an exceedingly lonely person. And yeah, I've also been pretty much always had a lot of aches and pains. Everyone makes fun of me for being an old man. I'm 24 today. I don't feel a day over 52. I always had a lot of kind of bad things with my body, and different factors for that. Again, sedentariness, how I grew up, where I grew up. But the loneliness and social isolation is another important factor. So, yeah, we'll see how long I live. I don't expect to live to 96 unless, some really miraculous life extension technology becomes, fiscally apparent, which it might, still supposed to have the singularity in 20, 30 years. And Ray Kurzweil certainly thinks he'll live forever, but I'm not as wealthy as Ray, so yeah, we'll see how that pans out. I expect to live, past 60 for sure. I think this is probably a third of the way through my life, which, is very depressing and unfortunate. I really have to make the best of the second third, because the last third, not much happens there when you get real old. And, yeah, it's my birthday today. Spending it alone. I was really excited, incredibly excited, to spend this long weekend, Memorial Day, and my birthday, which I have off work. Wanted to spend it with someone I was seeing, someone I was dating, who, I just moved here to Austin. She lives in Houston, and so I drove 3 hours out from Austin to Houston, super early, butt crack early in the dawn, to make her church. So I went to church with her and did the whole thing. Did it all normal. Was very respectful and normal, and really enjoyed. I met her family. Really enjoyed that. I was really excited, and I was going to spend the weekend with her. And then she dumped me. I got dumped on my birthday, or technically immediately before my birthday. I got dumped, and that obviously fucking sucked. That was the worst thing. I really didn't expect it. because, I told her how I wanted to spend the weekend together and that I was going to drive out, and I got a hotel, I got an Airbnb. I did this whole shebang, and she seemed, really excited and on board with it the whole time. And so, I even said, like, oh, I got dinner for her, and we were going to go, to see a movie, just really, really chill for the first day, because after church and the drive. And I remember I was texting, it's like, oh, I'm buying the tickets right now, and she said, okay, great, thank you. So I really didn't expect that at the dinner. It was a $200 dinner at a really nice steakhouse. I got, to show my affection, and yeah, no, she broke up with me. She dumped me for not being Christian enough, which was really lame, really incredibly hurtful, and obviously, I was kind of in shock when it happened. I was nice. I was very respectful. I hugged, and I didn't yell at her or anything. I said, I hope you find what you're looking for, and we went our separate ways very amicably in the moment. But I was really just in shock because I didn't expect that so badly. And then, then I was really, really sad and got, a little angry and bitter, as you do, just a defense mechanism, because all of that was ultimately just incredible hurt, just really, really painful, because it was too early for me to say that I loved her, but I really, really liked her. And that's a big deal for me, because I haven't liked anyone else for years. I don't like anyone for such a long time. And she was just perfect for me in every way. And, she felt the same way and said the same thing up through breaking up with me for not being Christian enough, because, God, we had the same sense of humor. I loved her name, which was a big deal. I really liked her family. We had all the same kind of interests. We liked the same, shows. She liked games. She had this really good interest. She loved animals. She was studying, animal sciences. Had a really cute dog and cat I was really excited to spend time with. She liked Avatar: The Last Airbender, but didn't like Legend of Korra. Like, come on. And, she was super beautiful. I really, 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 really liked her. And she was the only person I've met in, 4 years plus that I've seen, like, any kind of a future with. Like, I really wanted to marry this chick. I really, really liked her. Because, we were on the same page, like, the exact same page, the same wavelength, regarding kids and regarding, marriage and family and how we wanted to raise our kids. We thought the same thing. We wanted to homeschool, which is like, that's, she wanted 4 or 5 kids minimums. Like, oh my God, how hard that is to find? At least for me. But I'm pretty sure that's just damn rare among our age group. She was the right age. She was fantastic. And I'm not pining after her anymore. Like, if she said, she texted me or called me right now for the next few days and said she changed her mind, I don't think I would go with her, despite the fact that she is the most perfect person I've ever met for me. Like, in all of my desired traits and qualities in a partner, she checked like 98% of them. Like, I'm not joking. Like, literally 98%. Like, she was the most heaven-sent person I've ever met across. And she reached out to me, too, which was cool. I've always kind of wanted that, because obviously I'm going to do most of the work in the dating as the man. I do believe in just kind of normal, classic chivalry. I take most of the initiative and do most of the work. But, I appreciated having someone kind of hit on me first. Yeah, no, she was like 98% everything I've ever wanted in a woman, in a partner. And the most I've ever met prior to her was like 20%, maybe 30%, but I don't even think 30%. Like, just crazy, crazy how perfect of a match we were. It was like, I talked about it on our first date, like it was uncanny. And she, felt the same way, or at least said so repeatedly. But, I wasn't born Christian enough, so that fucking sucks. Even though I drove 3 goddamn hours to go to church with her. I'm swearing now. I wasn't swearing, when we were dating. I'm rather hurt and pissed now, so I don't care as much. But yeah, I was like, I went to her church, did the whole day, and I said, hey, I want to come out here every week. I said, I'm going to drive out here. I'm going to take a flight if that's cheaper. And I was going to go to church with her at her little church every fucking week. I was totally down because she was that good for me. That I was like, yeah, please convert me. I was actively, explicitly said from the very beginning, that I want to be converted and that, I want to do everything normal. And we aligned perfectly in terms of, our politics and our morals and our philosophies and how we wanted to raise our kids in terms of those kind of morals and practices. I said, I want to go to church every week with you. If we had a long-term relationship, if we got married, I'd go to church every week, take our kids to it, have them be raised normally, and just convert me because I wasn't programmed with that as a kid, as a teenager or young man. I just, I'm not a religious person. I've called myself an atheist for most of my life, but I actually never was. I was always agnostic, and I'm now kind of using that term pretty confidently. I never understood agnosticism, just because it wasn't ever really explained to me. Who would? My perceptions, my understanding of agnosticism and the word really just came from Family Guy, came from South Park, or I don't know, came from just media, which, Hollywood is moronic and doesn't know anything and lies constantly. So, of course, that wasn't a good representation. I was under the impression that agnosticism is like, oh, you can't make up your mind. It's like, no, I'm not in a place where I'm not making up my mind. It's just that, I see the universe. I very much believe in kind of standard evolution and all those kind of things. But I think it's 50-50 chance at worst. But I think most likely there is certainly a God. Just, very much in the way of a simulation theory. Like, I think simulation theory is kind of dumb in its phrasing, but, that's where all these kind of great minds and neoliberal scientific people, supposedly scientism and whatever else, the Elon Musks, who I do really like Elon Musk now, but those kind of people are coming to the point where it's like, oh yeah, we're most likely living in a simulation. The world, the universe is most likely a simulation with some kind of higher order computering that we can't currently fully understand, but we can mostly grasp. And they're saying, oh yeah, okay, if our world was created, it's a simulation, and there was a creator, there's a God. Like, you're literally just like backwards saying you're trying to prove that there's a God, because, some people are saying that, like, oh, within 20 years we'll be able to prove empirically that we live in a simulation. It's like, okay, then you've just empirically proven the existence of God. But, yeah, notwithstanding, I pretty much do believe in a God. I just don't really believe in human writings on it, for the most part. But, that's just where I'm at currently, and I'm fully open, like, explicitly open, heart and mind wide open to have my mind changed. I've, while I've always said I'm an atheist, at the same time I've always said I wished I was religious, because I do think being religious is just kind of the better way to be. Religious people are happier, they're less lonely, they live longer, they donate more to charity, they have more kids, they have better relationships, and better relationships with their kids, and just by like every metric, religious people are just kind of better than non-religious people. So I've always wanted to be religious. I'm just not really, because that's just not, just in terms of how I grew up. I've been blowing my nose a lot. My nose is just stripped dry. Obviously, I was crying a little bit. But, just, yeah. Despite all that, came out to church. I was going to donate money to her stupid little church next week. Say stupid, because obviously I'm hurt and frustrated. Yeah, I was going to donate the money next week. I was going to show up every fucking week and do it all, and, I don't think that I'll have any kind of, like, epiphany about God or religion. But, what is conversion? It's just, it's the only way, the main way, / the only way religions have spread for thousands, tens of thousands of years, is by converting people through love and marriage, primarily. That and war and crusade, but we don't do that as much anymore. Every religious couple I really know, 90% of them, one converted the other when they were dating, and so I just wanted the same thing, but she did not want to do that, which was incredibly disappointing, incredibly hurtful, and just took me super off guard. And yeah, fucking sucks. I'm really, really depressed and really unhappy. I was depressed before. I've been kind of unhappy because of a lot of stuff, really nasty divorce that's happening in my family, and yeah, but it just sucks because I really liked her. And I'll be fine. I'll move. It's a thing where, like, I moved on. Basically, it's only been a day or two, but I don't pine after any of my exes, because the moment when we break up, whether I break up with them or they break up with me, that's the moment where they've proven to me that they're fucking stupid, just like kind of an asshole, just really cruel, and lacking of empathy, which, yeah, it's the case with her, unfortunately, because, yeah, I don't want to be taken back or anything, because I don't want to be with a person that would do that to someone. I don't want to be with a person that would say, hey, yeah, good idea, come over, spend the weekend with me for your fucking birthday. All cool, doesn't say a word when I'm driving, booking a hotel, buying tickets, doing all this crap, and then breaks up with me on my fucking birthday. That I don't want to be with a person like that. Even though she was perfect in 98% of other ways. Yeah. Fucking really blows. Honestly, I'm pretty content with my life. I say I'm depressed, which I do feel like I am, but when am I not? I've been depressed my entire life since I was 6. But, my life is pretty good. I have to be thankful. I have so much dog shit, bad stuff that happens to me. It's comical. Like, it's the joke among my friends that I am just the most unlucky son of a bitch. But even still, I have a lot to be thankful for, and I am thankful for. I have a lot of gratitude for the many things that go right in my life, in terms of my career and things like that. Yeah, mainly my career. But honestly, it doesn't matter to me as much. The only thing I've ever really wanted out of life is just to have a really good, loving relationship. Just, like, let me have, like, a really nice, cute girlfriend that's not a fucking sociopath. I have yet to have one. I have dated, since I was 16 and had a couple, decent girlfriends for some time, and they're all fucking sociopaths, like, legit. Like, I'm not even joking. They were actual, like, psychopath or sociopath, I'm pretty sure it's sociopath, where they just, like, had no empathy, lacked all human empathy, for how, their words and actions affected other people. And so that sucked. That sucked repeatedly. I don't know why that's become my type, where I just date fucking sociopaths. This girl didn't seem that way, but, still don't feel like she had as much empathy as she should have for my situation and what she did. It's also just dumb. Like, again, I was offering the most I could possibly offer in terms of going to church every week, doing read the Bible to me. Like, I'm gonna do the whole shebang. I want to be involved and do everything and want to actively be converted. And yeah, not enough. I needed to be born the right way. My bad. Fucking really sucks, and fucking just stupid, man. Like, that's so dumb. When she was saying, like, oh yeah, no, we're perfect for each other in literally every way except this one thing, and therefore I'm going to break up with you. Where it's like, yeah, seems like, because she was saying, oh, I want you to become Christian, and want, it's not like she's saying, oh, burn in hell. She's like, no, I don't want to date you because you're not Christian enough, but I want you to become Christian, blah, 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 blah. It's like, yeah, really good strategy to break up with somebody on their birthday. Great strategy to indoctrinate them into your religion. Fucking brilliant, man. Like, yeah, what do you think is going to happen now? Not going to church. God. I'm going to go become Muslim or something. Let me find a nice Muslim girl. Fuck me. And also just, yeah, if that's the philosophy that her church fucking teaches, then makes sense why it's the smallest church I've ever seen. That church maybe had 30 people at most. Don't even think it was 30. I think it was like 17 people. I've literally I've been to dozens of churches, or at least 12. And I've never seen a church with like less than 150 members. Never seen a church with like that small of just stands, and barely any stands, and they were barely filled. The church, I've gone to church a couple other times, or just once actually, with some friends out here. The church has hundreds of people, gigantic auditorium. And, makes sense, because they're super inviting, and they're like, oh yeah, we understand you're not super religious, but we'd love for you to come anyway. That's what you're supposed to do, right? That's how you bring people into the fold, and expand your community, and expand your religion. It's like, yeah, if you love God, and love God's glory, and want to share that, that's why you do missions. Why the fuck are you breaking up with people on their birthday for not being religious and faithful enough, even though they're saying they want to become faithful and want to be indoctrinated and want to be converted and want to do the whole thing and want to change for you? Because I was like, yeah, I want to change completely to be with you because we were that good of a match. That's just fucking dumb, man. That's brain dead. So yeah, if that's their philosophy that they teach the young women in that church, which I think she was like the only young woman in the church, honestly. I didn't really see anybody else. Everyone else was kind of old. Then yeah, makes sense where your church is really fucking small. It's not going to expand very quick. It's going to expand with babies only. keeping it in the fold, in the family. That's just dumb. So, yeah, that's that. Obviously, mainly wanted to vent about that. And, gotta move on. Got a massage, super depressed massage, amazing massage. Really great place next to me. But, just, drove out there to Houston, got dumped on my birthday, drove right back. Fucking screw the money I put down on that hotel. Lost. Screw the fucking... God, it was like $200 worth of gas for that fucking drive. So, that's mostly thanks to our president. Oh, God. Yeah. $200 fucking meal. Lobster tail, filet mignon, fucking Chilean sea bass. It was fucking awesome. Awesome meal. Holy crap. Really fantastic food. Yeah, got dumped during that. That just fucking sucks, man. That just bites. And, what is my recourse? My recourse being I, bought a ticket for a comedy club thing, stupid improv comedy thing back in downtown Austin. It was like a fuck your shit ass week. And it was to be like an improv thing where they question audience members and the bad things that happen to them. Bought a ticket for that in Eventbrite out of sadness and like, oh, I'm gonna get out and do something. It's my fucking birthday. God. Didn't go to that. Because that was just too sad. Yeah, I don't want to park in fucking downtown Austin anyway. The parking would be more expensive than the fucking ticket. So, let that money go down the toilet. Oh, I'm really good at that. Oh. And, yeah. Today is my birthday proper. Now it's 5:08 a.m. But, God, I reinstalled some fucking stupid dating apps, which just, makes me feel fucking horrible and pathetic. I spent like 3 hours, maybe more. I don't even know how long. I spent a really long time on fucking Plenty of Fish. Haven't tried that one before. And I did the whole thing. I did all the promises. I bought the fucking premium membership. I bought some fucking stupid tokens. I did everything you're supposed to do. Have a, totally filled out profile. Obviously, it's not even been 24 hours, so I gotta give that some time, but, not feeling too optimistic about that. Seems so far to be the exact same experience as every other dating app I've used, and they never work. They're not supposed to. They're meant to monetize your loneliness. Which, yeah, works on me. Works on me fucking great. And so, I went through every fucking chick in my age group, which is tough because, like, honestly, I can only really date people younger than me. Like, I'm 24. 25-year-old women don't want to date me. Like, God, they want to date 32-year-olds that have more money, even though I actually have a decent amount of money for my age, but, no one knows that. No one thinks that. And I'm also just not, I don't think I'm hideous, but I don't think I'm the most handsome mofo on the planet. And I'm not fat, but I'm not thin, and I'm not athletic. Got a bit of a, can't see it, got a bit of a belly here still. So So, the majority of women remotely my age are all shallow and terrible, and just, want to drink and smoke weed and scroll Instagram and I legit saw a profile where it was funny. Like, I appreciate the candor. Where it's just like, oh yeah, I like clubs, twerking, drinking. That's what the profile was. And they're like, yeah, God, you're just salt of the earth. But I appreciate the honesty. Genuinely do. But yeah, no one really goes for me, guy like me. And again, I'm not actually concerned about like finding a wife or a partner long term. Because I'm gonna make plenty of money, and I have a rather high opinion of myself when it comes to dating and being a partner. I work really hard to be quite the gentleman, and think I'm incredibly chivalrous, again, relative to everybody else out there my age. And yeah, that's the first time I've been dumped in a long time. Usually I'm the one that does it because, the chick isn't just kind of mean. Usually everyone's so mean and boring. That's mean of me, but like no goals, no life aspirations, no dreams. They just like scroll Instagram and smoke weed. And that's their life. And it's like, God, yeah, no. I don't feel like my standards are very high. I really don't. I feel like my standards are pretty fucking low. But everyone manages to limbo under them. Prior to this last girl, I don't think I've met someone that met 20%, more than 20% of my kind of like, want to haves and my qualifications, my desired traits. But, I fucking slogged through plenty of fish anyway, because I'm just fucking lonely as shit. What else am I gonna do? I'm just gonna fucking cry in bed. Got dumped on my birthday. Messaged like 40 different profiles, got like 3 replies. Give it some time, but still feels pretty shit. Most 90% of them are just terrible. I would go on the date anyway because I'm that lonely, obviously, but the majority of them just seem really awful. Super self-obsessed, super fucking vain, just kind of assholes. But then I don't know if it makes me feel better or worse that there's always just a few, and I don't need more than one, but there's just a few people. Like there's one girl today that I saw there who just seemed perfect. Yeah, just seemed, really good. Around my age, close enough. She was like a year older, which, ultimately prefer someone younger than me, which women want that too. But, like really funny and pretty and it seemed, nice and genuine and had a lot of shared kind of interests and values, clearly just from the stupid POF profile alone. And, I do think it just kind of bums me out that there's always just a few people that's like, wow, we'd be a really good match. I can tell that I'd really like you and you'd really like me. Honestly, I have a pretty good track record with dating. Everyone really likes me after a first date, which again, why, the family says not to say that because it makes me seem arrogant and like an asshole. But, I'm confident with myself. I treat people well. I work really, really hard. And I've never had a complaint about that. Everyone always says I'm really nice and generous and understanding and empathic. I'm sure, all the things I pride myself in and try hard to be. And so, there's these people that, like, I feel 100% confident that we'd really like each other, but I don't get a response. That's how it goes. Don't get a reply. So that'll never happen. And I'm getting I've always been pretty desperate. I've always been, unfortunately, pretty desperate when it comes to dating because I just, it's the only thing I've ever wanted. is just to I'm a really loving and affectionate person. It's kind of cringe when people say that, but I'm very dedicated and loyal, and I just I don't really spend money on myself. I'm actually trying to fix that now, and it's kind of a problem. But most of my life, I don't really buy things for myself. I just want to spend money on other people. That's it's why money exists for me, so I can show my kind of love and appreciation and affection for others. And I'm very physically affectionate. Physical touch is my love language to the moon. That all I want is just to hug and cuddle and all that kind of shit. I'm a very happy person. I'm a super happy boy if I can just snuggle up with someone, but never fucking happens. I'm always starved for attention and physical touch. Literally go years without that shit. So it's my birthday. Pretty depressed. Shit sucks. And this is all coming off the back of, a lot of bad shit as well. With divorce that I mentioned, got it. I shouldn't go into it too much, but just really, really bad. Makes me feel like, I'm just losing a family member, and just is affecting my two little half siblings who are 5 and 12, and so sucks for them, man. God damn, fucking cruel, heartless, and stupid. As this is the through line with this kind of stuff, just being real stupid. It ain't gonna pan out 15 years from now, I'll tell you that. And I'm also in a fair amount of debt. Walked away with $120K of student debt for the privilege of not finishing school. I dropped out less than 2 years in. I'd had fucking, $300K debt if I'd finished. Something like that. And, I could have tried harder to avoid that. I could have done more scholarship kind of stuff. And you can, if you work hard enough in fucking school, you can get a full ride, basically. But I was depressed as shit when I was a teenager too. God, when I was in high school, I did nothing but fucking cry and feel sorry for myself. And so, I flunked a couple classes senior year of high school. Fucking AP Physics and AP Calculus. Not because they were hard. If I tried slightly, I'd get, 100%. It's shit's easy. But I didn't do the homework because I was too busy fucking crying. Because I just hated being alive. As you do. So yeah. All my student debt is always kind of a reminder of how shitty I was, and what sucks, because I could have fucking, a lot of money in the bank right now, and certainly a lot more in the next 5 years, if I was not such a fucking idiot and didn't have all that debt. But, I've done a lot of blaming myself throughout my life. It's most of what I've done. A lot of self-hate and blame. And I've grown past that a fair amount in the last just couple of years. And really deflecting blame to people who are supposed to be responsible for me. When I was 16, I could have been shown a better way in a lot of things, and could have gone to school for free, for sure. But no one was really paying attention to me. No one was really watching, and no one was helping or giving me any advice, really. So, I did it on my own, and of course I made some really shit decisions because I was a teenager and didn't know any better. I can't really blame myself as bad. So, I just feel shitty about it and long for new dice roll, which I'm not going to get. But yeah, I have all that debt. I'm paying it off, but it sucks. And also about 10 grand credit card debt as well. Finally started up with that. I avoided credit cards for the longest time, and they are really freeing. They are really powerful and really fucking magical and enticing, and fucking entrapping. I'm still at 0% APY, so it's not a big deal that I'm sitting on so much debt. I can pay it off, but it's just a lot of debt. A lot of that's from the move. I drove here from Vegas to Austin a couple months back to move here. Beginning of March, so it's been 3 months now. But, at least my company, they helped a little bit. They gave me 10 grand, supposedly, for moving expenses. Fucking sucked how much the government took of that. Did not feel like 10 grand. It was like 6 grand in the end. Government took so fucking much of it. Thanks. And government's gonna be knocking on my door. I haven't paid my taxes yet. I still haven't paid my taxes properly. Because I don't know how. No one ever taught me. I went to supposedly one of the best high schools in the nation. Public high schools, at least. And, not like they taught me shit of how to file my taxes. So, I don't know how. I need to get a tax attorney to help me with all that. And, that's gonna suck. I'm sure the government's gonna say, hey, give us another 20 grand right now that I don't have. So, waiting for that. So, that sucks. And, it's still not too long from my grandfather from DD, Richard Clovis, he passed away last year. And it's incredible how bringing up the topic makes me tear up immediately, every single time. DD, my grandfather, he was my favorite person. He was legitimately just my favorite person. And of course, he was the first to die. That's just my luck. That's just how it goes. Of course, he was the first of my family members to pass, because he was my favorite. Loved him so much. So I don't got that. But, as sorry for myself as I feel, and as all the pity parties I want to throw, I do feel like I deserve a little bit of a pity party for getting dumped on my fucking birthday. For the only person I fucking liked in years. Only person I've seen a future with. But again, I have to be grateful. In the immortal words of Sonk the Blue Rat, it could always be worse. And I've always been, cognizant and acknowledge that, how, I am very fortunate still to be born in America. And to experience all of the immense wealth and luxury that I do relative to the rest of the world, and especially relative to history. Goddamn. Even in my poorest state, it's technically in poverty, I was still richer than, still ate better than any king or emperor who ever lived. So I try to be grateful for all that. But, I'm also, my self-proclaimed flaw has always been jealousy. I'm very jealous of other people's lives. I've always been super jealous of other people's childhoods. Just mainly due to social stuff. Just jealous of how other people grew up and their friendships and their families. Always wanted that. And main thing, just always wanted some fucking nice, cute girlfriend who's not a fucking sociopath for me to cook dinner for and love and support. And yeah, I'm just really not given that. That just really eludes me. You know, probably I say I have low standards, and I do feel like I do. The biggest one is I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of that, and I can tolerate it, honestly. That's the thing. It's like, yeah, that's really not the barrier for me. I don't want my wife, I don't want the person I marry to drink or smoke, but like, I would take an alcoholic girlfriend. Like, goddamn, I just want a little fucking attention right now, like everybody. But I'm certainly not alone in my loneliness. This is kind of the standard plight for men my age, my generation. Blame Tinder and Facebook and social media. They've fucking ruined us, ruined this generation, because all of the hot young women are not dating people their age anymore, as they did for thousands of years. They're dating people 10 years older because they have more money. That's it. That's what happens. And it's, just the young men really come out on the bottom, and so do the older women. Really sucks, because the older men suddenly have this instant connection through the social media, through the apps, to 22-year-old girls that they did not have before. If you were 33 20 years ago, you're not dating a 22-year-old, because where are you going to meet them? You're going to creep around college campuses. Like, no, that doesn't work. So 22-year-old girls dated 22-year-old guys in their colleges because that's the only people they were around. There was no fucking Tinder. But that's all fucked now. And and again, I don't feel, I feel like, when I'm 34, 10 years from now, I have no concern with like finding someone eventually. But I don't want eventually. I want fucking now. I wanted to be married already. I wanted to be married already by this age. I'm very unhappy that I'm not. I wanted to be married by 22, which is early, of course. Of course, that's really early. But I really wanted to be married by this age. And wanted to start having kids by this age or shortly after. And that's obviously not happening. It could happen, but it's not going to, because I'm not gonna knock someone up. I wanted to date someone for a few years before we got married, and then I wanted to be married for a few years before we have kids, and then I wanted to have kids before I was 25. Mathematically, that doesn't work out anymore. But yeah. Try to be grateful. Try to center myself, Could always be worse. I am grateful for this move to Austin. While there's some parts of Austin I don't really like. I don't really like the downtown too much. Austin is still really awesome. Texas is just fucking awesome. I wish I was born here. This is much more my speed than the stupid fucking West Coast I grew up on. Everyone's horrible and hates each other and themselves. Grateful for this new job at AGS. I make quite a lot of money for my age. And that will only grow. Grateful for this apartment. You can see I haven't fucking built all my furniture and fully unpacked, despite it being 3 months in, because I'm a lazy bitch and I've been depressed and not very motivated. But this apartment is amazing. It's the best place I've ever lived, hands down. I'm acutely aware of people that live and grew up in much better places, but for me, this is the best place I've ever lived. It's awesome. A little bit of bugs still. I did see some pretty big roaches outside, but I haven't seen one inside yet. And yeah, it's just these like couple June bugs that creep under the door. But big step up from my last place in Vegas. I had massive fucking cockroaches all the time, and they were so fucking gross. They crawl on the ceiling, on the walls. I literally had one lying in bed, crawled up the wall onto the ceiling, then it tripped and like fell off from the ceiling. Made a fucking loud sound. Like, these fuckers are loud. And yeah, had a cockroach in my bed, in my laundry, fucking all throughout the kitchen, on my fucking cutting board, on my microwave, on under the fridges, under the stove. Fucking one popped out once when I was cooking at the stove. Right, like perfectly timed when I was just like taking a step to like reposition myself. Fucking my bare heel came down this fucking roach. Grossest shit ever, man. Like, come on. And that was not even the half of it at that fucking apartment. That apartment sucked. But it was cheap as shit, so, got to be paid for. Yeah. This place is, more than, I think it's almost twice the price, so, get what you pay for. Oh yeah, I am grateful for this apartment, and yeah, honestly, this year was going pretty good. Up until April. I think this year I had a lot to be thankful for. I did like my job at Galaxy Gaming. I was depressed there too, though, for lack of social interaction in my job. But, I was thankful for Galaxy. Much more thankful for AGS. And I sold my fucking patent. I sold a patent, which is really cool to say, for quite a lot of money. I'm technically not supposed to say how much. I'm able to say I sold it to DraftKings, but not supposed to say how much money I sold it for, but it was more than 4 times what I made, a few years back, which, is mostly saying more about how little money I made, but still, it was a lot of money. Unfortunately, government spent pretty much all of it in the move. It's not like I bought anything for myself with it. I put most of it into my student loans, spent the rest on the move, and I need to accrue the rest back because I gotta pay the government like some $10,000 or some shit like that. I don't have. Spent it moving. But yeah, we'll see about that. Some other stuff. I had my friend, we've only met a handful of times ultimately, so I can't say we're great friends, but my friend, Michael Spicer, his little podcast, Spice to Meet You, is a name suggestion I gave that he took. I appeared on his podcast, and I really enjoyed that, honestly. I've been really thankful for that. That was a lot of fun. Really appreciated being able to do that. And, other stuff going on. I went to a Mystery Schools concert this past week. Which, good I saw that once. It was exactly as I expected. Not really my thing. And poor Louis Duboc is feeling his age and seems like he's been smoking. Or at least yelling all night. His voice was shot. Pretty trash. Could not hit those high notes. Neither could the chick either. But yeah, that's how it be. Oh yeah, I wanted to bring the girl to that. She said no for a wedding originally, which is a fair excuse, and then didn't end up going to that because she couldn't afford to. So that kind of sucked all around. And then, had like a handful of people just fucking cancel on me. I was really scrounging for someone to bring. Kind of worked out in the end. There's a guy in this mutual kind of friend group that was going to the concert anyway and just hadn't bought a ticket, so I just gave him my spare ticket. And he was technically my guest, though I showed up later than him. And, Jordan... Appreciate Jordan. I didn't really enjoy the concert very much, or any of the fucking kind of hippie food trucks, but I, just talked with him the whole time and enjoyed our conversation. I was a bit of a shithead in that he had like 3 other friends there, and I just kind of pulled him away from them the whole night because I needed attention. And then, it was definitely kind of droning on too much towards the end, and he was clearly getting a bit sick of it, but he was a good sport, and I appreciate him. And, I have the Greenlight Jam going on right now. It's a game jam that this guy Tyler reached out to me to help run, although I'm not really doing shit for it anymore. But yeah, it's a cool jam. I haven't worked on my shit for it at all. My game, I mean, and first online game jam I've run since the Triple Tri Jam in 2020, I think that was, which is when that kind of cut me off. I was doing, weekly game jams, mostly through the Tri Jam, up through that point, and then the Triple Tri Jam fucking killed it for me. Or no, it wasn't a Triple Tri Jam. It was a Tri Jam shortly after. Yeah, that's what it was. Where there's just kind of this really shitty, really fucking stupid, rude, offensive political game. Oh, I hate political games. I don't care what side it's on. Political games are always trash. And it was just really fucking crude and stupid. And so I made a super tame comment maybe 50% of Americans aren't evil, and you should maybe treat them as people, and maybe have a conversation, and maybe see where they're coming from. And if you want to change minds, maybe calling people shitheads isn't the way to do it. Maybe when you break up with someone on their birthday, that's not actually going to work in terms of moving them into your religion. If you want to change political ideology in people, maybe try and find some common ground. Maybe try and treat them like humans. Might be a good idea. I left a super fucking tame comment of that respect, of just we're all people and we all share more in common than we are different, and, we should all come together and understand each other and show empathy. That's what I said. And that got me fucking bullied out of Tri Jam. I got fucking, your typical fucking death threats for not being a hardcore leftist. That's what you get. Yeah, I haven't really returned to my game jamming since that happened. Got pushed out of the community. That made me really depressed as well, of course. I got fucking super suicidal then, as you do. And I still need to make when I ran the Triple Tri Jam, I said I would make a video for every game that was submitted. I'd record a little Let's Play thing. And I did record most of them. I recorded probably half of them, at least a third, on this computer before I had to memory wipe it because it was just eating shit. It was not really happy with me doing those recordings, and the video editing just wasn't happening. So I never finished them. I never uploaded a single one. But I still want to. I still intend to, but it's a very Blizzard soon TM type deal. Where, Another thing to be grateful for, I have this brand new computer. $5,000 desktop PC. My first desktop. Which everyone will shit on me for forever, for buying a pre-built. It was a custom pre-built, but buying a pre-built instead of building it myself. Not a real gamer. Not a real boy. But, I don't know how to build a computer, and that was great. This, honestly, came super fast, shipped fast, and I think it was pretty reasonable price for the how expensive the components were, which, again, mostly thanks to our president, and also just international lockdowns in China. Chinese Communist Party kind of fucking over the microchips and processors, all those prices are through the roof. So yeah, PC was probably $2,000 more than it should be, but that's mostly out of everyone's hands. But yeah, it's a really great PC so far. We'll see how fast I break it. Yeah, I should last for like 8 years. That's the idea. I bought like the most expensive everything for that goal, and I literally took out a credit card just to buy that computer. But hopefully it'll allow me to, maybe get back into YouTube. This barely counts, but make those triple try gem videos. Maybe make the fucking tutorials. Do all the things I want to do, but I'm too lazy and scared to do, like everybody. Get back into game gems, maybe. Should do that. Honestly, I just need to be better at my job right now. I've been kind of dog shit at my AGS job, because I've been so fucking depressed. I've been not a really fast programmer with them, but, I'm also just, like, super siloed out and lonely, and no one's really like relying on my work, so it's kind of hard to be motivated. But yeah, I've just been kind of, I've been living in the new world order. It's a beautiful pod. I love my apartment, but I've just been kind of living in my pod, not really going outside too much. What helps and facilitates depression. I need to go outside and run in the sunshine, but I also had allergies. Like, fuck. Like, I'm blowing my nose now. Partly because I've been crying, but mostly because of allergies still. But, like, all of April, I could not go outside. Like, I literally bought a gas mask, and that was the only way I could go outside without dying. Because the oak pollen out here. Fairly certain it was the oak. Like, just running nose constantly. Like, literally constantly. And just, like, incredibly painful allergy symptoms and the hay fever and fucking up my eyes, which I've never really had before, but, like, I got the eye drops now. It's like, god damn, yeah, no, fucked up my eyes, man. Couldn't see from the allergies. That's scary. But yeah. April, I moved out to Austin to work in person. My office is like 5 minutes that way. Super close. I bought my apartment to be as close to the office as physically possible, so I could work in person. But, April I worked from home because I was sick with allergies, and I kind of is now the habit. I kind of like being at home so that I can wallow in my sadness in peace, and it just kind of makes me, I don't know. We're human animals, and I need to be around people. I desperately want to be around other people. I'm super extroverted, I've learned. I was told I was an introvert my whole life, but that was bullshit. That was just because I was shy and not super well socialized. And so, I did all the normal kind of nerdy shit, and so everyone's like, oh yeah, you're an introvert. It's like, no, I was never an introvert. I'm a huge extrovert. I only get energy when I'm around other people. That's what energizes me. That's what being an extrovert is. And I'm only happy when I'm talking with people for like 20 minutes or more. When I talk to someone for like a half hour plus, I'm really happy. I'm really energetic. I'm engaged. I'm very joyous in those moments, but they're fleeting. They're super rare. I like what I do, and I'm pretty good at it, even while I'm being kind of bad at my job lately from being depressed. I'm still pretty good at my job. But, sometimes I just think, maybe I should just become a salesman. Become a salesman, make half the money, but maybe then I'd be happy because I get to talk to people. Who knows? I'm not gonna do it. Yeah. I've been not quite at the point of eating the bugs. I got the bugs, but I'm not eating them. But otherwise, living in my pod, owning nothing, and being happy. Got into DoorDash because my stepmother gave me a gift card for DoorDash that I really didn't want because I knew it would get me into DoorDash, which I have avoided. I've avoided all food delivery, all Grubhub and DoorDash and Uber Eats and all that crap for years and years because I knew it would just be terrible for my wallet and for my belt line. So yeah, I'm a lot heavier right now than I'd like to be. I'm not that. I'm not fat. I'm average, but I'm not fit or slim or thin. Slim thin, and I'm a good 20 pounds above what I want to be. So I'm fasting. Trying to be good about the fasting again. Most likely gonna fast all through my birthday. What I'm gonna eat birthday cake by my fucking self. That's the most depressing thing ever. I can shoot myself. So yeah, I'm just gonna fast through my birthday, I think. Try and lose some weight. For health reasons, but 95% just so I could maybe get a date from some shallow bitch. Because I don't have the sexy bod that they all go for. I have a normal guy bod. So I need to cut it out with DoorDash. Despite how addictive it is. And I'm also going to the gym, which I also, just need to do for health as well. But trying to go to the gym 4 times a week at least. And I've been pretty good with that so far. I'm not doing much at it. I'm very, very fucking lax and low energy with my exercises there. But, I just need to form the habit. So I'm not kicking myself too hard for that. I just need, keeping it up is the hardest shit. So, doing that, honestly, I've always kind of had this is also just kind of a cope. And kind of just a lie I tell myself, I guess. But, I don't know, I've always kind of sort of felt like I don't want to get fit for the purpose of attracting a mate. Because, I don't want a shallow chick. I'm really proud of myself and like my accomplishments and how I treat people, and I would like to be loved and appreciated on that merit, not because of my chest. But that's what it is. Well, I don't want a shallow person. I'll take it over nothing, and right now I'm stewing with the old nothing. So. Yeah, need to try and get fit and lose some weight. I know I can lose weight. If I just go on keto for like a month, I'd lose all the weight. But that's so fucking hard because it just takes so much willpower. But yeah, I need to, try hard for that. And that's, that's what I'm looking to do in the future. If what I need to do from this point. Got to try and be happy. I'm going to cry again. What I need to do from this point on to achieve all my goals and my wants, try and be happy, is I just, have to push through the dating apps, even as soul-wrenching as they are, and how I know it's not going to work. But just the tiny sliver of it working is worth it. So I need to push through, do the dating apps anyway. And need to... It's just like I don't want to go to a bar to meet people, but I gotta try some shit to meet people. I don't know. I need to find a new soup kitchen to volunteer at here. I need to... keep going to the gym. I need to go to yoga classes and everything. My gym has some awesome classes I need to go to. I go to the gym at like the latest possible point because I'm so fucking lazy. I need to go to the gym early. I need to eat better, lose weight, do sit-ups. I need to do sit-ups. I have not been doing sit-ups because my fucking back and my belly. I need to do sit-ups. I need to work on fucking personal games. I need to write. I started writing an Only Cans fanfiction for a stupid contest that got rejected from the contest. It was, not even a contest, like literally just like a, like a jam, basically, to write fanfiction for an IP that doesn't have fanfiction already. Turned out Only Cans did have fanfiction already that I didn't find originally because it was buried and stupid and the website sucked. But started writing a stupid piece of fanfiction that I really enjoyed. It's really funny. Obviously, it's a total joke. It's a joke fanfiction based off of a joke game. Super cringy and stupid. But, I think it's funny. Need to finish that, although the kind of plot line, the storyline I plotted out is like 50,000, was like a fucking novel length. 40,000 words, I think it was, estimated. But, yeah. I should do that intermittently. I should write. I should work on games. I need to fucking make Tessel. That's what I'm supposed to be doing for the Greenlight Jam, but I'm not because I'm lazy and sad. Need to make Tessel and release that and get some music from Replacer or Forever Free or whoever. And need to make YouTube videos. This is a start, This is going to be, an hour and a half long, 90-minute video for no one to watch. Pretty cool. Cool stuff. Yeah, need to make videos. Need to work out. Need to just go to events. Like, yeah, I should have gone to the fucking stupid comedy club thing today to, I doubt anyone's going to beat at the, Fuck Your Shit Ass Week improv night. Don't think anyone's gonna beat getting dumped on their birthday. Think I would have won the pity party contest. But, I didn't want to drive. I just laid in bed and was sad and took a nap. Slept through it. But I should have gone to that. I need to go to shit. Because, wow, I do not expect to meet my soulmate, let alone a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever. Don't expect to meet anyone there. It's better than nothing. Gotta shoot your shot, gotta try. Opportunity knocks for those who build doors. So I gotta put in more sweating to get lucky. That's all the shit I need to do, and I know that. But, easier said than done. I just want to sit around and play fucking video games like a loser. Just want to twirl my gun like a psychopath, or, like a depressed bitch. Yeah. I really love this gun. This is my first gun I bought for myself. As a gift for getting the AGS job. It's very pretty, but obviously it's stupid and cringy as shit. But what are you gonna do? Don't kill the part of you that is cringe. Kill the part that cringes. Doing this shit. I'm real sad. I got dumped on my fucking birthday, man. I can't say I loved her. Really was starting to love her. Really liked that chick. Closest I've ever fucking met for fucking someone I could marry. So good, man. But yeah, that's life. That's life. I don't know any of the other words, but thank you for listening, no one. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. gonna play a game or something. I don't know. It's 6 a.m., bro. I should go to sleep, but I'm not tired. I'm too sad. So yeah. I will most likely make more of these. I want to. And hopefully they're less depressing in the future. They kind of have to be by default. Like, this is such a fucking depressing day. Alone on my fucking birthday. Got dumped. Depressing video. So, only upwards from here. And if these trends continue, hey. So yeah. Thank you, no one. I'll see ya.